Let's have a conversation.
Thank you for having me on. It's always a pleasure to talk to you, and I'm sure I'll see you at one of these events again
all
soon.
time, we got Mark with the Mindful Reality podcast, who I've been a guest on, and it was a blast.
Thank you for having me, honestly, and I cannot wait to do it again. We're going to do this again in the future. I just know it.
Hey y'all, good morning. I said I wasn't going to make a video this morning, but you know what happened? The internal clock that wakes me up every single morning at 6 o'clock because of having to be up for work, that internal clock woke me up at 6 o'clock, and I tried to go back to sleep, and I twisted and turned and rolled over, and I was like, this is just not happening. So I did what I do during the Big Brother season when I wake up and I can't go back to sleep, and that is I check the feeds. Actually, I watched the feeds up until about 3 o'clock in the morning, so I was kind of pissed to wake up at 6 o'clock in the morning. I'm like, how am I going to fall asleep that late and then wake up this early? How annoying. But during the Big Brother season, I always know that if I wake up unexpectedly, I always have something to do. So as you see by the title says I'm actually rooting for Cameron. Not necessarily to win the show, but I also now would not be mad if he won the show. And that's a wild thing for me to say after the way that I felt about Cameron in weeks 1 and 2. Weeks 1 and 2, I was like, this guy is weird. He is sitting there and preaching. His reads on the game are so terrible and so off. The Riley relationship he had, strange. Like, she's my daughter, but I'm attracted to her, strange. A lot of things that I didn't like about Cameron. Good morning, D. But the reason why Zombie Cameron has vaulted up for me is because he's one of the only people that is actually playing the game. He's one of the only people who's standing on the things that he says. He's one of the only people who's not playing a victim. Oh, he's a dad. Perhaps he doesn't know how to talk with people. He's one of the few people he's one of the only people who's not playing the victim. He's just playing the game. He's just playing the game. So Jared comes back. If Jared happens to come back in, let's say if Cameron were to not win whatever timed competition that he has to play on Thursday, and Jared ends up coming back in the game, they're just going to gang back up on Jared. They're going to say, okay, he survived the last one, so if one of us wins this one, we're putting him back up and we're putting him back out. I think that that's exactly what would happen. I mean, there's small chances of something else happening, like Mimi winning or something, or somebody else winning that is not part of one of those two groups and saying, okay, Jared is not my biggest threat, But more likely, Jared would be back on the block and he would be back out the door. Whereas Cameron would be in there and he would be an agent of chaos. And that's what I'm looking for. He's the only one who would actually be like, I'm taking a shot at Corey. Everyone else, even if they thought Corey needs to go, would say, okay, there's an order of this. This one, this one, this one, this one, this one. The way how they were in the very early on stages saying, oh, I had to get this person out because they could win the game. This is a stage where they actually should be saying this when they're only a couple of weeks before a jury. Now you really need to think about who's in the game with you. And Corey is the most dangerous player in the game. He kept saying weird stuff like, I can't hit you because of the cameras. Yes, he did. But I am still hoping that he gets back in the house and causes some chaos, because I'm tired of the way these people are playing this game.
I'm just like, this is all way too much. It's so stupid.
I got some new meme material from yesterday / this morning. If they don't get Jared back out right away, he could become a ghost like Jag. It happens on Survivor when someone uses an idol. I remember when I first watched Survivor, what freaked me out was when they had the, what is it called? Tribunal? Is that what it's called? Tribunal? And then they would show when they were all sitting down and speaking to Jeff, and then it kept showing the people who were voted out on the side. At first, I thought those were clips that were recorded of them, but it was not happening at the same time. Like, it took me a couple of weeks to actually realize that the people who were voted out sit on the side and watch the ceremony. Because I was like, what in the world is happening? They stop being a target. People move on to another target. Tribunal is a challenge. I keep getting those confused. The challenge is the tribunal. They've had the tribunal on the challenge. So this one is called the tribal. Yeah, so Cameron had a conversation with Jared, and I think that they had some of the most honest and open conversations they've ever had. And the reason for that is obviously because only one of them is going back into the house. So they agreed that no matter which one of them goes in, they are not going to sabotage each other's games. They both know, because they were both voted out, that they're both on the bottom of the totem pole. So it's not advantageous for them to try to join one of those groups that voted them out. However, Cameron has said to Cirie that he is going to infiltrate the group from the inside. He's like, I'm going to infiltrate them from, he said it to Jared too, I'm going to infiltrate them from the inside, and then I'm going to blow that MF up. And we know what Cam does when he blows things up. And that's another reason why I'm rooting for him to do something. Whoops. Yeah, I'm tired, but there's no way I'm going back to sleep. I tried for 2 hours, and it ain't happening.
Okay. Well, guess what? If I win, somebody ain't Diddy bopping. Right. Okay.
I didn't have an actual reason to play it, but I got some new Mimi sound bites. Mimi is the most unintentionally hilarious person I've ever seen on the show. Because I don't think she says any of this to be funny. That's the funniest part about it. Oh, man. If I win, somebody ain't going to be diddy bopping. That was actually her talking about Jag and Matt and saying that she's got to get, one of them has got to go. She was saying she has to get rid of Corey. She has great reads on this game as well. My only issue with her, yeah, you got your final two, but you or your final two have to start winning some stuff in order to eliminate those people. But I think Cam being in the game would actually benefit Mimi because she's not really high on his hit list. She's not really on his hit list at all. I mean, yeah, he talks about everybody, but she's not one of the top people that he's talking about. Let me see. Chaos. Cameron said he's not going to bang bots. Yeah, not that kind of chaos. If he was pulling a Josh, I would be like, get him on out of there. I want to see people been scared so much. I don't like how these people are playing. I really do not like how these people are playing. Everybody is on some, let's wait until somebody else does it. That's one thing that Cameron was saying to Jared. He was like, you and I are the only two people who are not scared to win a competition and be in power and make the decisions of who's going on the block. Everybody else says, I want this person to go. I want that person to go. I want this person to go. I want that person to go. But I don't want to be the one to send them out.
I'm just like, this is all way too much. It's so stupid.
Morning. I said at the beginning of this video that I went to sleep at 3 something, woke up like clockwork, and I was like, you know what? I need something to do to occupy my time. Normally during the Big Brother off season, I would probably, I don't know, maybe I'd be in the gym or maybe I would just throw on a movie or something. But during the Big Brother season, this is a great way to occupy my insomnia. Mimi is hilarious. I still have a couple more. You know what? I'm going to play them just because.
I'm just like, these people are, I don't know if they're sane or if I'm sane. Like, I could be the crazy one.
And that's the other thing that was killing me. Felicia basically just replaced Cirie with Mimi. That's pretty much what happened. Because in the first couple of weeks, these conversations were taking place between Cirie and Felicia, where they were like, you know, we got this mom thing going on. We have more common sense than everyone. We know how to manage our emotions. And Mama Fee was like, mm-hmm. Mimi just Mimi replaced the other mama. Mimi is basically now the new other half of the mamas, even though she's half of Felicia's age. Yes, Mimi, more, please. I think I have one more. What was the first one? Oh, I played the one where she said, if I win, somebody won't be diddy bopping.
Oh, y'all not smart. Y'all just liars who get lucky
You're
from time to
liars.
time. Relax. Don't give yourself so much credit. Liars who get lucky every now and again.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. All of this smart and genius and diabolical, all of that, absolutely not.
Y'all are just liars who get lucky every once in a while. That's all. That's all. Liars who get lucky once in a while. This is the point where she was reading, what's his name? Corey. She was breaking down everybody. She was reading Corey for filth at that point. She was reading Corey for filth. Corey is basically doing something similar to Jared. He just doesn't have the fact that he doesn't have the same aggressive personality and he's better at speaking. Those are two things that make people think that he's not playing the same type of game as Jared. I wasn't paying to Felicia when Felicia. No, what happened with good morning, Mona. What happened with Felicia and Cirie originally, because this is the funny thing about Felicia talking about Cirie turned on me. Originally, Felicia went to Jared and said, "Oh, I have a final two with Cirie, but I don't know if I trust her and I don't really want to go into a final two with her anymore. So I want to do a final two with you," she said to Jared. And then Jared, when they were ironically having that argument, him and Cirie, regarding whether to keep Blue or whether to let go of Blue when Blue and Jag were on the block together, Cirie was in favor of keeping Jag, which is so ironic now. She fought for him twice. She fought for him originally, and then she fought for him again when she was talking to Matt privately and saying you should save Jag. But then when Jared told Cirie that Felicia was like campaigning against her, she's like, "Oh, okay, well now she needs to go." So that's what happened. It was a reaction. Cirie trying to get her out was actually a reaction to what she was saying. So, I mean, when she speaks about that, sometimes I wonder why Felicia plays the victim so heavily. And the second part I think about is the fact that when Cirie was having these conversations, people had a lot to say about Felicia. It wasn't just Cirie being like, I have a personal vendetta against her. Jack was talking about her. Corey was talking about her. Everybody agreed unanimously at one point that Felicia has got to go. Or at least what we saw. I'm sure that some people might have not wanted her to go, but the majority of them were like, we're going to vote Felicia to go. And Corey and America found a way to pin all of that on Cirie. Charm Life said a comment on your community page that Matt has a photograph. Matt is nice. Matt is good at a lot of things, and we haven't seen what he's good at because he's been downplaying himself. He's 100% been downplaying himself, and I've been saying this. It's not a surprise to me. It is not a surprise to me how good Matt is at different competitions. Good morning, Miss Indes. And then even when Jared was approaching all these people for conversations, my thing is, there's no reason for you not to have a backbone now. Like Jared comes back in the house, you still have the numbers to get him out. I mean, yeah, you do run the risk of him winning an HOH, and then he's going to take out one of his targets. I guess I do understand that aspect of it. But all of these things that people were saying about Jared, when he went to approach them, they just did not want to say. This group does not have enough of a backbone. And then all the people that have a backbone are sitting at home watching right now. Bring Heisem back. Bring Kirsten back. Shoot, bring Red back. I can't with a lot of these people. I cannot.
What sense does that make? The math is not mathing.
Honestly, out of all these people in this Big Brother house, I think that Mimi is the number one person that I want to meet out of all these people. I really do. I really do. I would love to meet Mimi. I would be like, Mimi, thank you for just being yourself. And you don't know how much you made me laugh during the season just by being yourself. Oh yeah, Izzy. Yeah, man. Man, all the people that were the most entertaining people in the house that wanted to make the moves and everything are all the people who are out right now. Please get the interview. I will surely try. I will surely try. I would even probably plug in some of these clips. I would probably plug in some of these clips while we were doing the interview, and she'd probably find that funny. Manifesting it. I've manifested a few things this year. A monetized page before October, my Sam interview, my Hannah interview, my Turner interview. These are all things that happened within a short period of time after I said that this is what I want to do. Some things happen and some things don't, but I don't know. I absolutely love Mimi. I would be pretty sad if she was off the show, honestly. Even though they don't show her that much and she's not a big part of the drama that happens in the show, I could watch. She could have a 10-minute scene, a 15-minute conversation that is better than watching Jared speak to somebody for 3 hours. No offense to Jared, but nobody can talk in circles like that, man. You're like, wait a minute. You just said that. Listening to him talk. This was him talking to Jag last night. And I get it, bro. I get it. Like, I get it, bro. I mean, you had a reason to do what you did. And I get it, bro. I mean, I messed up, bro. I mean, I shouldn't have put your name in there, even though I told you the reason why I did it. And it was because I had to prove that Corey was lying. But even regardless, bro, I get it. You did what you had to do, bro. I get it. I get it. And trust me, I know, bro. And I would have done the same thing if I was in your shoes, bro. And I understand that you felt like you were being slighted and lied upon, and that your name was kind of being dragged unnecessarily. I understand, bro. Trust me, bro. Yeah, bro. And I'm like, oh, broken record. You are a broken record. The way she would know how much we loved her, she kept us from being bored in this season. For real. For real. Because she's probably not thinking of that storage room conversation as something a guy is going to have every single day on his live. She was legitimately frustrated. She'd be surprised. She would be surprised at how popular she is on my channel. Same here. She is 100% a bright spot in the season. The only one with common sense. The only one with common sense.
What sense does that make? The math is not mathing.
A good way to get noticed is when you have a lot of people on live. Say 500. My goal is to get to 300 likes. It gets people to hit the like. Thank you. Bro, I did a lot of Bobo. Mimi for America's favorite player. Mimi for America's favorite player. I would be so hype if she found some kind of way to win. I would be so hype if she found some kind of way to win. But the problem is, Charmed Life was saying this yesterday, and I was saying it too. The problem is, yes, she has her final two with Felicia, but she is not good at pretending to like people, and I have the same problem. I think that's the reason, part of the reason why I find her so hilarious is because I think of Big Brother as a job setting. And almost any job setting that I've been in, I don't like people. A lot of times I don't like my managers. A lot of times I don't like my coworkers. And I'm bad at pretending. I'm bad at pretending like I do. So I understand why she is the way that she is. But you need more than two people. Yes, you can have your core one person that you're rocking with. You can. You can have your core person that you're rocking with. But you do actually need a fake bigger alliance. And I know that she's calling out all these people for being fake. We got to get rid of Jack. We got to get rid of Matt. We got to get rid of Corey. We got to get rid of America. The problem is you can't get rid of each side. You can't get rid of each side because you come for one of them, the rest of them are going to band together and say, Mimi's a problem. We need to get rid of Mimi. So you have to find a way to have your own numbers to be able to take out those groups, because you can't take out both groups with just two people, especially when it's not like either y'all are comp beasts. Not that I'm saying that Mimi can't win a comp, but Felicia winning a comp is another story. I mean, she did, but shoot. Mimi can be quiet, but her face tells it all. That's true. It's hard for her to, and I think people know that she doesn't really like them. I really think that they know that, even though she's not really lying to them or she's not really, I don't know. I think that people just generally know. Good morning, Ed. Is she winning the season? But she needs to be someone with some, I know, right? I know that she likes Felicia personally, but that's not a winning final two. I'm sorry. Felicia and Mimi is not a winning final two. It worries me when my son says he doesn't like people, but he does have friends. He does. I'm kind of like that because I mean, look here. I have this YouTube page, and if you saw me interacting with people outside of my YouTube page, you see it sometimes when I post myself up from events. I am nice to people, like I really am. But it's funny because I remember this one person that I was nice to, and we saw each other in the gym because I was at that time I was going to the gym 5 days a week, and I would see this person at the gym, and I had some birthday party one year, and I didn't invite the person, and they were really upset. Like I thought we were friends, and I'm thinking, I never thought we were friends. I just thought that we were, friendly acquaintances. I don't jump to consider people friends like that. I don't know but the thing is, if I was in the Big Brother house, I don't know if I'd be good at week one hugging people up and saying, "You're my best friend. I love you." I mean, I know people say, "Oh, for $750,000, I could do it." In theory, I could do it, but I think I would have a hard time doing it in practice. Oh, and the other thing I want to say about your comment here, Trisha, I feel like the larger the group of friends, the weaker the strength of the group. That's my personal opinion. I feel like when you are somebody who always has very, very large groups that you call your core, that's not really a core. It's a circle. Because the more people that are there is, I think, the less personal connection that you have with them, the less that you can say, I really strongly know this person and I know who they are. I know what they're going to do. I know that if we get into this type of situation, this is the way that they are going to react. You can't trust that in larger groups. I mean, everyone's different. I know people who like constantly having a big group of people around them. And I know that part of my not feeling that way is because I didn't grow up with a huge family, and I didn't have a mate. I didn't have like a huge friend circle. Everybody liked me for the most part. I would say that I was pretty well liked, but I wasn't the top most popular person that everybody wanted to be around. But that's what made me who I am also. An independent thinker, somebody who can move on my own, somebody who doesn't care about following trends. And it works out fine for me. It does. So I'm hoping that, if Cameron wins this competition on Thursday, that he gets back into the house and he says, I'm taking out the big targets like he said he wants to do. I'm taking out a Corey. I'm taking out a Matt. I'm taking out a Jag. I'm taking out an America. I don't know if he would take out America because I bet you he would try to work with America because he likes her, clearly. I feel like he would feel like his life is complete if he gets Corey out of the house. Bang, I got Corey. Now, even if I go out next week, I have a week to spend comforting America. I could see him doing that. Come on, Daddy Cameron, come through for us. And that would be my last piece of entertainment for the season. Because Jared goes back out. If they get Cirie out, Cirie's out. Just imagine that cast. Izzy's gone. Cirie is gone. Jared is gone. Heisem is gone. Riley. Kirsten. Red. The Cameron that always comes on my channel said that I just lost my train of thought. That's why I can't read comments and speak at the same time. Multitasking is not my strong point, y'all. Cameron will take out Corey to get to America. America was flirting hard with Cam last night. I'm not surprised. It's not likely, but I'd love to see Cam team up with the rest of the brown sugar babes. Cam at this point knows that he doesn't have a horse in this race. So I just think that he's going to do and say whatever he needs to do and say to get as far as he needs to get. I do think that he will honor his promises that he made to, what's his name? Jared. I do think that he will honor those promises. If not for honor, just by default, because he knows those other people are not really working with him. I thought it was so funny, that conversation he was having with Jag last night, where Jag was just like, he proposed that he's going to work with Matt and Jag. And he was like, and Jag was like, oh, I'm happy that you won. And yeah, I see a path for us going forward and blah, blah, blah. When Jag said that he never lies. Jag said that he never lies, and he plays the game with honesty and integrity.
It's like, this is all way too much. It's so stupid.
I feel you, Mimi. I feel you, Mimi. It's the same for me. I feel the same way as you. You and I feel the same. All right, everybody. I jumped on for this kind of impromptu live that I wasn't expecting to do, but thank you all. Please like this before I get on out of here. Help boost me in the algorithms. I know, right? I would like that. Felicia was trying to get... So is Cirie. Because Jared was just laying in his bed. And he was like, I don't want to talk to anybody. And Cirie was like, you don't know, Jared. Like, sometimes these games, there's no guarantee. There is no guarantee that Cam is going to win on Thursday. So she was just like, get up, have conversations with these people, blah, blah, blah. And he forced himself to get up. He went to talk to Matt. He went to talk to Jag. He talks to Cam. I don't know who else he talked to, but those are the 3 conversations that I saw. But he feels really defeated. He was already even congratulating Cam. He was like, congratulations, Cam. You got it, man. And he asked him, is there any chance that you don't play that competition? And Cameron is like, nope. You know that I'm like you, and I would rather win or lose on my own hand. He gave some kind of sports analogy. Thank you for all your updates. Love them. Thanks for joining. Appreciate that, Trisha. And I'm going to be back. We'll probably talk sometime in the evening. And I hope everyone has a good rest of your day.
So you literally were one of my very first followers. And then when you followed me and I, followed back, I was like, this dude is cool. Like,
if they say talk to your manager, you just say, you know what, talk to the hand. You don't need to be on my podcast. But Yeah, dude. Yeah, you do a great job.
Thank you. I always get a kick out of talking with you on Patreon. You have a really good, view on everything.
That wasn't planned.
You know what?
Thank
But
you.
I like this Canadian.
Well,
I like this one.
well, thank you.